Welcome to the first ever R Racing Performance Test. This test helps us find which cars truly deserve more track time in future races. These are the rules. To pass the test, a car must reach the finish line in both lanes. Each car gets 2 chances. If a car makes it on the first try in both lanes, it goes into the top tier and qualifies for the best of the best tournament, which is coming soon. If a car needs an extra attempt but still finishes both lanes, it's placed in the mid-tier. If a car cannot cross the finish line at all, it's placed in the low tier and will compete in the best of the worst tournament. Who will rise to the top tier today? Let's find out. Okay, we're going to start with the R Racing Champion, Deora 3. No problem. Deora 3, of course, since it's the champion. Top tier car right here. Top tier. Let's see how the rest do. Got Speed Dog. We're going to race the car this way. And it makes it. Let's see if it can take the inside lane. Ooh, spins out a little bit. It's got one more chance. Ooh, it switched lanes. It switched lanes. So it's going to move on. Kind of cheated, but whatever. It's going to be placed in the mid-tier, which for now will be, we'll put it right there. Moving on to high voltage. Spins out. High voltage cannot cross the finish line even in the outside lane, placing it in the low tier section. What a surprise. BDD 12. aka the soccer car. Makes it in the outside lane. Easy, top tier car right here. Joining the Deora, we're going to put the top tier cars up top here. Burlesque. Burlesque hitting it in the outside lane. Going to do the same in the inside. Of course it can. Burlesque joining the top tier cars here. And now we move on to RD06. Debuted recently in R Racing. It had a big upset victory over former R Racing champion What42. How will it fare today? Crosses the finish line without a problem. Not a problem. RD06, the newcomer to R Racing, joining the top tier with authority. And we got the 1978 Dodge Lil Red Express truck. Lil Red. Always a contender here at Double R Racing. Conquers the outside lane. And goes off track in the inside lane. It gets one more chance. And does. Mid-tier. Joining Speed Dog. Speed Dog? Speed Hog? Speed Dog. Now we have Drift Ender. Kind of an unusual vehicle. Oh no, he got stuck. Let's try that again. Oh, it's getting hung up. That's not good. Well, let's see how it does here. Alright, well it makes it. Alright, will it do it on the inside? Oh, it got hung up on the second. Let's try this again. Let's see what happens here. Getting stuck on the track here. I think it's the design of the car. We're going to disqualify Drift Ender, and it's actually going to join the cars that really don't fit the current track. So, I guess you could say it joins the no tier. Moving on to the 2015 Mazda MX Miata. Put on a heck of a show in our last tournament, our past, present, future tournament. Top tier car, this Mazda. It's kind of losing control, but still crossed the finish line. You have Monta Racer. Nice clean race. Monte Racer joining the top tier. We have a car we really haven't seen a lot of. It's Roll Cage. And we did see it, I believe it was during our Pride series. And wow, what a beast. Finishes quite well, joins the top tier. For Audi Sport Quattro. Wow. The Audi Sport joins the top tier. Got a lot of top tier competitors so far. Only two. Sadly, Lil Red in the mid tier. And sadly, High Voltage in the zero tier, the low tier. 68 Mercury Cougar, which made a debut at our past, present, future tournament. Wow, that was impressive. Gonna do the same in the inside lane. Yeah, basically. The Cougar joining the top tier. Oh, and now we come to our Maisto Econoline van. This should come as no surprise. Cannot cross the finish line. Gets one more shots for the outside lane at least. Close, but still losing. It joins High Voltage in the low tier group. Lotus Europa Special. Nice. Not necessarily the fastest car, but definitely one of the most reliable. I say that and it's gonna go off track. It flipped lane, oh, it switched lanes, but it kind of spun out. It's one more chance in the inside lane. Changed lanes again and turned around, but still crossed the finish line both times. Joins the mid-tier. Mercedes-Benz 500E. Is this a Maisto? This is a Hot Wheel. Crosses the finish line in the outside lane. We'll try to do the same in the inside. And does, joining the top tier cars, Mercedes. Did I say it was a Mercedes? Yes. Where are we? 1992 Mazda AutoZam. Crosses the finish line. And joins the top tier. AutoZam. We got 2004 Mazda RX-8. It made it past the finish line, but kind of lost steam at the end there. Yeah. Joins the top tier, but one of the weaker ones, Maserati Shamal. Alright, 2 chances to make it on the inside. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Maserati joins the top tier. We're going to move on to the 1991 GMC Cyclone, I believe. Crosses the finish line. Crosses the finish line. Of top tier competitors here at Double R Racing, we only race the best. Moving on to, oh yeah, this is the 94 Audi Avant R52, one of 2 we have. We're going to race the white one next. Of course, it did it. Easy, joining the top tier. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. 2 of the same types of car in the top tier. I believe this is Roland Solo. Makes it around without a problem. And completes the performance test, joining the top tier. 2022 Ford Bronco Sport. Kind of lost it at the end there, but it still crossed the finish line. It made it despite changing lanes and turning around. Ford Bronco joining the top tier. Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Makes it around. It's going to try the inside. And makes it around to the top tier. 55 Chevy. Mix it around. Ooh. Flies off. Do some track maintenance here. Oh, we got another one for the low tier. Cannot stay on the inside lane. That death curve, taking another victim. Moving on. That was the 57 Chevy. This is the 1968 Mazda Cosmo Sport. And it kind of went off track. Having problems with the outside lane. Ooh, spins out, cannot cross the finish line. Fails the performance test and joins the low tier. We have the AMC Eagle station wagon. So far the only station wagon in RR Racing. Wow, it does what that sports car could not do. Across the finish line. Spoke too soon, flipped. The AMC Eagle falling victim to the death curve, joining the low tier now. We got a Maisto, kind of a weird looking car here. It is 71 Roadkill GT. Believe it or not, another, or a Maisto, joins the top tier. I kind of don't believe it. A 2019 Jeep Renegade. Where did it? Oh, it went off track. Wow. One more chance to complete the outside lane. And does. Flips. So one more chance to complete the performance test. Flips and slides, cannot. Joins the low tier. (1977) Jaguar XJ6C, if I wrote that correctly. Completes the outside lane without a problem. Flips. One more chance. And fails. Oh, well, at least it landed on its tires, but still could not cross the finish line. Joins the low tier. We have former RR Racing champion, What42. As expected, passes the performance test with flying colors. Joins the top tier. Custom 53 Cadillac. No, is this? Really? Yeah? Okay. And flips and lands on its tires, but still leaves the track. And yeah, complete failure. 53 Custom Cadillac joins the low tier. '66 Dodge Charger. Looks like it flipped, and it's hanging onto the track. Wow. The Dodge Charger joins the low tier. 68 Dodge Dart. Whoa, flips. Somehow stays on track. Still stays on track, but cannot stay on its tires. One more chance to complete the inside lane. And cannot do it. The Dodge Dart joins the low tier. 1963 Mercedes-Benz 230 SL. Completes the outside lane. Flips and goes off track. Stays on track. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was certain it was going to flip off again. Joins the mid-tier. 70 Challenger. Flips off. Well, I don't know what just happened, but he crossed the finish line. Switches lanes, does a little flippy flip, crosses the finish line. Yeah, what a surprise. Joins the mid-tier. One of two Proton Sagas. This is the red one. Flips on the inside. One more chance. And fails. The red Proton Saga joins the low tier. We have the white Proton Saga. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Joins the top tier. Despite flipping, it landed on its tires. You got the 52 Chevy. Barely crosses the finish line. Goes off track. It's another chance. Unbelievable. Flips off from the inside lane, lands on its wheels, crosses the finish line, joins the mid-tier. What luck. We got a Maisto here. A 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. Does not cross the finish line. Stays on track though. Gets another chance. Crosses the finish line. Goes off track. Switches lanes. Stays on the wheels. Cannot cross the finish line. One more chance. And fails. The Chevrolet Bel Air joins the low tier. The Honda, is it 58 or S800? S800 Racing. Nails it with authority. Flies off from the inside lane. Flies off, slides down, joins the no tier. Low tier. I call it the no tier, but this is 2021 VW Golf GTE. Flips. Gets one more chance to complete the inside lane. And completely fails with authority. Joins the low tier. The F-150 pickup truck. And the F-150 joins the low tier. It's a Maisto. 2016 Nissan Sentra. Crosses the finish line. Flips, changes lanes, backwards, past the finish line. Joins the top tier. This is the Opel Astra. Yeah, I believe. Yep. And here's its place in the top tier. 1987 Buick Grand National. Limps past the finish line. Flips over on the death curve. Stays on its wheels. Makes it across, joins the mid-tier. We got another Maisto here. It is the 70 Boss Mustang. Ooh, does not make it. Cannot make it to the finish line in the outside lane. Boss Mustang joins the low tier. 2021 Ford Bronco. Hung up on the track, spins out, hung up again, crosses the finish line, joins the mid-tier. That was the Ford Bronco, and this is the 1953 Buick Skylark. Limps past the finish line. Flips, but changes, spins out. There was hope. Last chance. And the Buick Skylark joins the low tier. 47 Chevy Fleetline. Goes off track. Goes off track again, is eliminated, cannot finish the performance test, joins the low tier. Moving on to the 1948 Willys Jeepster. Flips off. Barely crosses the finish line. Gets one more chance. Flips into the other lane, but cannot complete the performance test. Jeepster joins the low tier. 1988 BMW 3 Series M3. Barely crosses the finish line. Cannot cross the finish line from the inside lane. but does so this time, joins the mid-tier. We haven't seen this car in a while. It's Driftsta. With authority. And as expected, Driftsta joins the top tier. Opel Kadett Coupe. Passes the outside lane. Surprise! Joins the top tier. Porsche Spyder. Changes lanes, but manages to complete the performance test, joining the top tier. An old favorite, Symbolic. Cannot handle that inside curve. Just one more chance. Symbolic joins the low tier. Porsche, what is this? Panamera Turbo. Flips, stays on its wheels, and cannot cross the finish line. Gets one more shot. Crosses the finish line, joins the mid-tier. This is the Porsche. This is the 80... No, that is not an El Camino. Oh, there's the El Camino. There it is. Barely crosses the finish line. Flips, slides down. Flips and slides down. The El Camino joins the low tier. All right, now we move on to this one. It is the 1976 Chevy Chevette. Crosses the finish line. Flips. Flips again. Oh, lands on its tires, but cannot cross the finish line. Joins the low tier. 1983 Ford Fiesta Mark II. Flips and slides, gets one more chance. And, ooh, Ford Fiesta joins the low tier. We got the Porsche 911 Rally. Flips. Changes lanes, cannot stay on track. But is successful this time and joins the mid-tier. Time a Taxi. Joins the top tier. I'm a little surprised at that. Custom Auto. Custom Auto Joins the top tier. VW Jetta. Crosses the finish line. The Jetta, which I believe is a Maisto, joins the top tier. We've kind of run out of room here at the top tier. Those are the top tier cars so far. The mid tier right back here, and down there the low tier. Dodge Viper GTSR. Joins the top tier. Corvette C6. As expected, the Corvette joins the top tier. Porsche 911. Flips. The Porsche flips. Gets one more chance to complete the inside lane. And does, joining the mid-tier. And no, it's not a joke, folks. We got a VW bug here. Completes the outside lap. Well, VW bug joins the top tier. Believe it or not. I believe this is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Slides. Another chance. Completes its performance test and it joins the mid-tier. Now we had another Porsche 911. Flips. I'm surprised. It's one more chance. Flips again. The Porsche 911 joins the low tier. I believe the next one here is Roger Dodger. Roger Dodger joining the top tier. Moving on to the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Cannot cross the finish line. Stays on track though. Well, cannot complete the performance test. Mercedes is joining the low tier. Ravager ST. Ravager. Top tier. Got a police car. Barely crosses the finish line. Flips, but doesn't go completely off track. Flips again, switches lanes, stays on track, and joins the mid-tier. Track Ripper joins top tier. Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. Join the top tier. We got a panel truck. Officially a panel van from Maisto. Cannot cross the finish line. Oh, well, we're going to let it go because I don't think it can do it anyway. No. Panel van going to the low tier. Mercedes AMG SL63. It is a Volkswagen Golf Mark 7. Quite cleanly joins the top tier. This is the BMW Z8. Custom Kia EV6. Join the top tier. What a racer. Cupra E-Racer. Top tier. Yeah, another police car. 2001 Chevrolet Suburban. Went off the track halfway. Gets another chance. Cannot cross the finish line, and another police vehicle joins the low tier. Actually, no, the other one didn't. That's right, that was a surprise. We got Pixel Shaker. Pixel Shaker, one of the weirder cars, joins the top tier. Street Sweeper. Yeah, that was almost painful to watch. Street Sweeper cannot complete the performance test. Joins the low tier. Another Maisto Volkswagen Type 2 bus. And it stayed on track. It just could not clear the death curve. It's another chance. And can't even make it to the death curve. Cannot complete the performance test and is now in the low tier. BDD04. V7. Gets another chance. Cannot cross the finish line. low tier. The Alfa Romeo GTV6 3.0. Going over the top tier. Subaru SVX. Changes lanes at the death curve. Joins the top tier. El Segundo Coupe. Ooh, crosses the finish line, but loses control at the finish line. Okay. Flips on the death curve, changes lanes. Still joining the top tier. I believe this is Supervolt. Supervolt. Joining the top tier at Double R Racing. Fiat 500D. Goes off track. Unbelievable. Has problems in the inside lane, flips. Still completes the performance test, joins the mid tier. This is the Raptor. Cannot take the inside curve. Fails the performance test, joins the low tier. Karma GS6. As expected, joins the top tier. We got a school bus. Cannot cross the finish line, but it stayed on track. Ooh. School bus, low tier. 1957 Chevy. Chevy joins the top tier. 1957 T-Bird. Flies off track. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. Well, that's it. T-Bird, low tier. The 3-window 34. Three-window 34 joins the top tier. 1965 Mustang. Wow, joins the top tier. We have the 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. flips. Gets one more chance. Cannot complete the performance test. The Gasser. And finally, we have Purple Passion. Well, that was going to be something. Last chance. Flips changes lanes but cannot cross the finish line. Joins the low tier. So there you have it. We have the low tier. You will see these in our upcoming Best of the Worst tournament. We have our mid-tier cars, just a few. And we have our top tier competitors. You will see these in our Best of the Best tournament. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.